Okay. Right, afternoon. This is a continuation of the last session's book club on the verb. Okay, part 2. We started last session with 2 of the qualities. Okay, remember qualities is patient. Okay, so this we go to the third quality. Okay, next slide. Okay, third quality. Okay. Yes, okay. Third quality is humility. Okay, so humility, what is humility? Okay, humility is being authentic and without pretense or arrogance. Okay, that's what we know, the definition for humility. So how is this quality, humility, important for a leader? Okay, next slide. Next slide.
Dah change.
Go up, go up. This one cannot flip one
Cannot. Kena scroll, boleh scroll je.
Sebab boleh scroll sebab dia PDF.
Yes.
Oh, this one only you can scroll, is it? I cannot scroll.
Can scroll.
I can scroll.
No, only I can scroll.
Oh, only you can scroll. Okay, scroll down to the next slide. Okay, so just like I say, humility. Okay, being authentic. So leader. So this one of the participant. Okay, the leader has got to be in charge, strong, able to kick butt. Is this assumption correct? That's what most of us will think.
Miss Poye, sorry, your line is breaking.
Like that one, in charge, should be strong, should be testament.
Miss Poye, sorry, we can't hear the earlier part. Your line is breaking.
Okay, I repeat the upper scroll one. Did you hear that? Can you hear?
Starting this slide, we couldn't hear. Breaking.
Starting the slide, cannot hear.
Starting this slide.
Starting this slide, right?
Yes.
Okay, I repeat. So a leader, this assumption that a leader has to be in charge, has to be strong, has to be assertive, has to be able to kick butt lah. That means being assertive lah. Okay, is this assumption correct for a leader? Okay, so we take example of this character called Moses. Okay, Moses is a character in the Old Testament of the Bible. Okay, in the Jewish Torah. So where he was said to be the most humble man who ever lived lah. But he was the guy, when we read through his story, he was the guy who smashed the 10 commandments. Okay, if you know what is the 10 commandments, okay, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not okay, there's a 10 commandments down there. So down the mountain, in a fit of rage, okay, when he was angry that time, he smashed the 10 commandments. Moses is also the one who killed an Egyptian man because he hurt a fellow Hebrew. Okay, he's an Hebrew. Okay, he's a Hebrew people. So and he was constantly arguing, okay, and fighting with God. Next slide. Scroll down. Okay, so what is important here, we want from a leader, okay? So from just now the example, okay, do you see he's a leader, right? He's a leader in the Jewish Torah, but when you see he's the leader, he's most humble, but he is also the person that just now in a fit of rage he smashed the 10 commandments. He killed another kill a person, okay, for hurting his fellow race lah. So is that what we want from leader? So what is important is that we want from leader is authenticity. Okay, from his action, okay, when he was in a fit of rage, he was being authentic. Okay, what he was want to describe is he's being authentic, he's being himself. Okay, so we don't want leaders who are egoistic and arrogant. That's not what we do want. Okay? So egos can be a barrier with people because this what okay because a leader and the people that he lead can be a barrier because there's an ego in the barrier. So arrogant leaders can be a real turn-off for most people. Okay, so that's how the importance of humbleness, okay, in a leader. Okay. So such arrogance is also a dishonest pretense because nobody knows it all or has it all together. Meaning, if a leader is arrogant, he will not to ask, or he think the people are stupid, or he's being arrogant lah. It means he knows that he thinks that he knows all. So that's the quality, okay, that is not correct. It shouldn't be arrogant. Okay. Next slide. Okay, so there's once an anonymous spiritual teacher who wrote, okay, humbleness is nothing more than a true knowing of yourself and your limitations. That's why we humble down. Okay, because we know our own limitation and we truly know ourselves and our limitation. That's what humbleness is. Okay, the people who are arrogant, they won't know their own limitations and they won't know of their self truly. So that's the opposite. Okay. So those who see themselves as they truly are, then that will be surely be humble indeed. So humility is about being real and authentic with people. So there's you see a new definition of humility. There's a different way to see what humility is. Okay, it's about being real. You know your own limitations and you're being authentic with people and discard the false mask because you're being yourself. Okay, you don't have to put on your mask. Okay, next, scroll down. Okay, that's for humility. The next quality is respectfulness. So you treat others, okay, is defined as treating others as important people. Okay, go down. Okay, so how does this quality of respectfulness, okay, where the leader is expected to be strict and firm. One respectful, but people get the assumption that a leader should be strict and firm. Not how is it relevant to be a respectfulness? Okay, so example, how does a surgeon, okay, a surgeon in police in army, be expected to show kindness and respect in his work? A surgeon in army is supposed to be strict, firm, okay, harsh, or okay. So how this quality is relevant to a surgeon, for example, okay. Next slide. Scroll down. Okay, if I were to bring a top-ranking army to the surgeon's base, to his platoon, do you think that the surgeon would treat the top-ranking army with respect? Surely, of course, right? Okay, because his boss is coming or superior is coming, a top-ranking army come to visit his base. Of course, he will show respect, right? Because the top-ranking army is an important person, and he will get the respect from the surgeon. Surely, what? So this shows that the surgeon actually is capable of being respectful. He can respect, he can appreciate, okay, but he's only willing to do selectively because he see his top ranking army, then he respect. Okay, that's what this he want to explain now. Okay, the story says that means everyone is capable of being respectful, but most of us will select who to show that respectfulness. Okay, scroll down. Okay, if I were to bring not a top ranking instead of a top ranking officer, if a lower ranking officer to the base, you think the surgeon would be respectful towards that lower ranking officer as well? Okay, so in other words, can we treat each member of our team like an important person? Can we not choose, look who is coming? Okay, I mean, no matter top ranking or lower ranking, can we treat them as the same? Yes, we can. The answer is yes, we can, but it would be difficult. Okay. So it's something not possible. It's possible to do. Okay. Next slide. So as mentioned earlier, leadership requires effort, as we already talked from early on. Okay. Leadership requires effort because it's not based on feeling. It's based on effort. It's based on your choice to do. So that's why it's not easy. No one ever say leadership is easy, yeah? Because it's not based on feeling. If it's based on feeling, that's easy. Okay, you got feeling, then you do. You know feeling, no need do. But it's a choice. If it's a choice and act, then you have to do whether you feel like it or you don't feel like it. So that's the meaning. Okay. So have you heard that respect is earned? Okay. Do you agree with this? There's this saying like respect is earned. He doesn't earn my respect. Why should I respect him? So there's a lot. Okay, there's this popular assumption: respect is earned. But is this saying correct or not? Is this assumption correct or not? Okay. Okay. Before we go further, do we have any comments? Okay. What do you think of this? Respect is earned. No. Okay. No. We scroll down. Okay, being on time, okay, important for leaders because everything the leader does sends a message. Okay, this is a little side kick from that, okay, because in the story, when I summarize it, they also talk about being on time, okay. Being on time is important for leaders because everything the leader does sends a message. Okay, whether you are late for an appointment or late for a meeting. If you are late for a meeting, what is the message they are sending to others? Okay, the first message, there are few messages you get. Okay, they are sending first message, their time is more important than ours. It means the bosses are late, that means their time is important. Those waiting are not important. Okay? Second message, we must not be very important to them because if you are meeting people superior to you, you will be on time, right? If you feel that person is important, then you will be on time. Okay, third message is they are not very honest because honest people will stick to their word. Okay, when they say what time means what time, they will follow through to that word. That means you are, if they're not on time, that means you're not very honest with yourself, lah. Okay, so that's the message when you people get when you are late. Okay, scroll down. So being on time is important for leaders because everything the leader does send. Okay? Or this one is the repeat, is it? Okay, scroll down. Okay, so we go to next quality, selflessness. Okay, meeting the needs of others. Selflessness means meeting the needs of others. And why is this quality important for a leader? Okay, why is it important for a leader to be selflessness? Scroll down. Because the opposite of selflessness is selfishness, right? The opposite of selfless is selfish. Selfish, what does it mean? My needs come first. That's what selfish is. So selfishness is about, selflessness is about meeting the needs of others. It's the opposite. Okay, you meet the needs of others. Okay, even if it means sacrifice your own needs and wants. Okay, so yes, meeting the needs of others. Okay, it has sometimes to the extent that you may have to sacrifice your own needs and wants. Okay, you finish others first. You meet others one first. Okay, but if you are meeting needs of others, then there's another issue here. If you only meet the needs of others, will they get spoiled? Then they will climb your head. Okay, will they take advantage of that? Okay, people also ask. Okay, they will meet their needs, then they get spoiled. Then how? Scroll down. This is where I have mentioned before. Okay, you're supposed to meet needs, not wants. Okay, needs and wants are two different things. Huh? Can anyone explain? Okay, what is meet needs? What is wants? What's the difference between needs and wants? Okay, needs here is legitimate needs. When we say legitimate needs, needs that we are supposed to have as basic needs, okay, that we should have as a human. Let's say food, shelter, okay, water. That's needs. But if wants, it is more than needs. Wants means can be a desire. You can, I want 1,000 million. Okay, that's wants already, that not needs. Okay, do you really need that? That's another question. You may not need that much. Okay, you only need for survival. How much you need of comfortable living, but you don't need until how many million. If you want to have that beyond that, that is wants already. Okay, I want to have bands. I want to have this bungalow. What? Okay, that's wants. Okay, so if you're meeting needs only, they are not meeting wants. Okay, then you don't have to worry about being spoiled. Okay, like food or those basic needs. Okay, you don't have to worry about they being spoiled lah. So what we should do is, as a leader, they should be servants, not slave. Okay, you are not slave, you are a servant. Okay. Next slide. Okay, scroll down. Okay, that's selflessness. Forgiveness. Okay, there's another quality. Giving up resentment when wrong. This is okay. See, seems easy, okay. Giving up resentment when wrong, right? Go down. Okay. Why would this be an important character quality for a leader to develop? Why a leader should be forgiving? Okay. Because the reason is very simple. Because people are not perfect. No one is perfect, and they will let you down. Okay, so if every time people let you down, you have to be not forgiving, how are you going to survive? So you must learn how to be forgiving. So does this mean that when someone wrong you, you are supposed just to pretend they didn't do anything and nothing happened and just tell them everything is okay when everything is not okay? No, the answer is still no. It doesn't mean that you pretend nothing, just okay, just go on. The answer is no. You still have to let them know that they are wrong. Okay, this would not, because if you pretend everything is okay, meaning you are not leading with integrity already. You're telling lies, right? Yeah, you're not being honest with yourself. So that's not right. So okay, forgiveness is not about pretending bad things doesn't happen or not dealing with the issue. Okay, next slide. So when bad things happen or wrong things happen, mistake, you still have to point out, okay? We must practice assertive behavior with others. Okay, what is assertive behavior? Assertive behavior is being open, being honest, being direct with others, but you do it in a respectful manner. Okay, you have to shout, you don't have to yell, okay, you don't have to say hurtful words, but you still tell what's wrong, but you can do it in a respectful manner. And that's what assertive behavior. Okay, you don't what's that? Avoid from the issue. Okay, you still face the issue, but you face it in a respectful manner. That's what we call assertive behavior. Okay, so I remember my previous bosses, okay, in different firms when I was doing banking that time. So he said that it's important when you have to point out, okay, what's wrong when your staff makes mistake, because they have to know, they also have the right to know what is their mistake, and so that they learn and not to repeat from that mistake. Okay, you don't have to worry that about you'll be hurting them. It's always like the way how you convey that to the staff. That is what makes the difference. Okay, but you don't have to pretend that everything is okay, just everything push under the carpet. Okay, that doesn't solve the problem. Okay, so forgiveness is dealing with situation as they arise, okay, but in an assertive manner, and then letting all go of any lingering resentment. Okay, you point out already what to do, then you let go any lingering resentment. Don't bring home any of the resentment. So as the leader, if you are not able to let go of the resentment, then it will consume you and render you ineffective. You will not be effective as a leader if you keep the resentment lingering. Okay? So it's important to deal with the situation and then let go of resentment so that you are able to move on. Okay, so that's what I mean by forgiveness. Scroll down. Honesty. Okay, honesty is also a very important quality, okay, of being a leader. So the meaning of definition of honesty is being free from deception. Okay, a little bit different from what we know, right? Being free from deception. How is this free from deception? Okay, go down. Okay, we teach our kids in school that a lie in any communication with intent to deceive, okay, is a communication with intent to deceive others, then we call it a lie. Okay, so, and we teach our kids not to lie, right? Not speaking up or withhold pieces of truth. Okay, you don't speak up the truth, you know, but you don't speak up, or okay, maybe thought of as a little white lie, okay, and socially acceptable, but they are still lies, right? White lies, we call it white lies. Okay, we tell lies but with good intention, okay, but it's still lie. So honesty is the quality most people put at the top of their list, okay, of what they want most from their leader. They want honesty. I don't know what you will put, what's the quality that we discussed that you will put on top of your list, okay, as you expect from your leader or superior. Trust, because honesty is built from trust. Honesty built trust. Okay. Trust built from honesty, which is built from honesty is the relationship together, right? Okay, most of the time, sudah.
Sorry, Miss Boy, just now your line is breaking, so couldn't.
Mana stop tadi?
Yang last yang I boleh dengar yang trust and honesty built together.
Okay. Okay, I just repeat from the trust there. Trust is built by honesty, right? Okay, it's the honesty that build up trust. It's the glue that holds relationship together. Trust. Even like we and client, solicitor and client, or couples, okay, or husband and wife, even parents and children, their relationships hold by the trust that is built from honesty. So once this trust is broken, okay, eventually that relationship will be destroyed because there's nothing to hold the relationship together. Okay, so that's the importance of honesty. See how important is the honesty. Scroll down, please. So honesty with people is also the tough side of love and brings balance to love. Okay, so honesty is about clarifying expectations, because why is tough side? Okay, sometimes in a relationship you'll find, okay, it's hard to or meet the expectations, or you're not clear what the other side expects from you. Okay, so being honest is about clarifying expectations with people. Okay, if there's any dispute or disagreement, or you feel there's the relationship is going downhill, um, expectations is very important also, to clarify expectations. Okay, so you must be honest enough to clarify this with the other side. Okay, holding people accountable, that's also an honesty. Okay, being willing to give the bad news as well as the good news. Okay, you sometimes they only share the good, doesn't share the bad, right? But if you are willing to share the bad news as well as the good news, okay, that's honesty. Giving people feedback, that's honesty. Okay, sometimes the feedback may not be good, but you still have to give it. Okay, so being consistent, okay, and predictable and fair, that's this what is honesty about lah. Okay, so that's why we say is without showing no deception. Okay, the absence of deception, that's what honesty is about. Scroll down. So leaders who do not hold their people accountable to a set standard are in effect liars. Why we call that liars? Okay, they are not being honest with themselves. Okay, and they just pretend that everything is okay with their people. That's why we say, if your, let's say your staff or what make mistake, you have to make them accountable. Okay, so because the important reason is that they're accountable, that they will not repeat them again. Okay, they will learn that lesson and not to repeat the mistakes again. So that's why important to hold people accountable, not because to punish them, but they will learn from that. So but some, okay, some leaders, they don't want to do this. They don't want to be the bad people. Okay, so that's why they don't want to help people accountable. That's not a correct practice lah. Okay, so that's why the importance. Okay, because they are pretending everything is okay, which is not correct. Okay, if they are paid to hold people accountable and they do not do so, that means they are stealing from the stockholders, okay, who pays them to hold people accountable. Okay, there are some supervisors who refuse to discuss deficiencies, okay, out of fear that they will not be well liked or people will get angry with them. But this, on the other hand, is dishonesty. They thought it's good thing, okay, don't want to talk bad or what, but actually this is an honesty, dishonesty. Okay, scroll down. Most people would want to know where they stand with the leader. That's why I say, even like staff and superior, they also need to know what their deficiency or what their lacking is, where they stand. Okay, where's the position that they're standing? So it's important that the leader let them know, or the superiors let them know where they stand. Okay, so that's where the leader have to learn how to convey this to them, how to, okay, inform this, how to communicate with their superior, with their staff or the subordinate on this. Yeah, that requires your honesty lah. Okay, next slide. Scroll down. Okay, this is the last quality, commitment. Okay, what's definition of commitment is to stick to your choice. What do you mean by stick to your choice? Okay, go down. Okay, so commitment is actually the most important behavior of all the qualities we explain, we learned just now. Okay, because if you're not commitment, you have not committed, then you forgot about all the one that we go through. Okay, because commitment is the being committed to the commitments you make. Okay, you want leaders with all this quality, you must commit. You must be committed to make it. So this is important because this principle we discussed require enormous effort. Do you agree that this is the quality that we want to develop? Okay, just now that we discussed require enormous effort. If you are not committed enough as a leader, you will probably give up and you use back power. Okay, no need lah, no need all this honesty or commitment. You just use power. I want this, I want that. Okay, what do you think? Important for a leader to be committed. Next slide. Okay, true commitment is a vision about individual and group growth along with continuous improvement. So this is a true committed leader will have this vision. He wants the people to grow with continuous improvements. That's a commitment. That's what we call true commitment. So the committed leader is dedicated to growing and stretching and continuously improving, committed to become the best leader they can be, and that the people they lead deserve. Okay, not only they, the one that who lead, okay, but also the people that they lead. Okay, they also deserve. Those staff or people that they lead also deserve to continue growing. Okay, so this requires commitment. If the leader is not committed enough to do this, okay, you don't have to talk further. This requires commitment, requires a passion, okay, requires a vision on the part of the leader to where he or she, okay, and the group are going. Okay, what direction are they going? Scroll down. Okay, this is not easy. When we choose to love, to extend ourselves for others, we will be required to be patient, kind, humble, respectful, selfless, forgiving, honest, and committed. And these are the qualities, okay, when we choose to love. Okay. So if there's no love in your commitment, forget about it. Okay. So these behaviors will require us to serve and sacrifice for others. We may have to sacrifice our ego, our bad mood, okay, on a particular day. We may have to sacrifice our desire to blast someone, okay. And we want to yell, we want to blast at someone, rather than be assertive with them. Okay, so instead we replace that with serve and sacrifice. Now, next slide. Okay, we will have to sacrifice by loving and extending ourselves for people we may not even like. That's why, okay, because it's a choice. But does this sound like we are manipulating people? Okay, no, it doesn't, because what is meant by manipulate? Okay, manipulate is influencing people for own benefit. But the leadership model is influencing people not for own benefit, but for mutual benefit. It's for my good and it's for your good. Okay, so we can't call that manipulation. It's not manipulation. Okay, so if I'm truly identifying and meeting the legitimate needs of the people I'm leading and serving them, okay, and serving, then they must also benefit from the influence I'm serving them. So it goes two way. I'm meeting your needs, okay, you also benefit from that influence, okay. So Tony Campolo, okay, it's an author, it's also a pastor, usually ask couples during a marriage counseling, okay, because pastor usually the people, couples want to marry, they will go counseling session with the pastor, right? So a pastor will usually ask them, why are you two getting married? So the couples usually, they will answer lah, we married because we feel in love lah, and was surrounded by, you know, the warm fuzzy for each other. Okay, go down. Go down. Oh, this one is a repeat, I think. Go down. Okay, but feelings come and go. Okay, so that he will usually ask, do you have a better answer? Because he thinks that that is not a perfect answer. Because if you say you love each other, that is a feelings. Okay, feelings, as we have explained above, it will come and go. Now maybe it's very fuzzy, warm and fuzzy and hot, but okay, down many years. But it's the commitment that carries couples through, okay? Not the feeling. Feeling may fade after a few years, okay, but it's the commitment that carries through. So the principle of commitment is true with leadership. It's the same, okay? When you're married as a couple and when you are leadership, it's the same principle. You still need commitment, okay? The character traits, behaviors that we have discussed is not so difficult, okay, with the people we like. But if we are talking with the people we don't like, that's what commitments will carry through, okay? But our true character as the leader is revealed when we are dealing or we have to serve for the people that we don't so like, or the tough one, or the crucible, okay, or we don't particularly like. That will test how committed, okay? If you can be committed to love them, even though this tough one, all this quality kind of people that we don't like, and that's we can call that is a leader. Okay, go down. Okay, so to recap, okay, kindness, okay, giving attention, appreciation, and okay, the first one, patience. Patience is showing self-control. Okay, the first quality. Kindness is giving attention, appreciation, and encouragement. Okay, humility is being authentic and without pretense. Okay, without arrogance. Okay, because we know our own limitation. Okay, respectfulness is treating others with as important people. Okay, selflessness is meeting the needs of others, and forgiveness, okay, giving up resentment when wrong. Honesty, being free from deception. Okay, commitment, sticking to your choices, and the results. Okay, setting aside your own wants. Okay, and needs. Okay, and needs. Okay, seeking the greatest good for others. Okay, that's the result. The result is service and sacrifice. Is there any more slide going down? I think no more. Oh, got one more. Okay. So from the leadership model, we have, so these are the model that qualities that we discussed above there. Okay, love is not about how you feel towards others, but how you behave towards others. Okay, love is the verb. Okay, that could be defined as the act or acts of extending yourself for others by identifying and meeting their legitimate needs. Okay, so that's how summary. Okay, why I call that the love is a verb. Why this chapter is called the verb. Okay. Any question? I think no more slides. Is it? Scroll down. Scroll down, Mazato.
No more.
No more.
Yes.
Right. All right. Can we just discuss a little bit? I want to hear from you all. Okay. When you have you have your own leader that you're under. Okay, you're leader who leads you all. Okay, the qualities that we discussed above. Okay, what would you expect from your leaders? Anyone want to, anyone would want to share? Okay, these are the qualities, 8 qualities altogether. Okay, what would you expect the most? What would you put on the top? Okay, that you expect from your leader. Leader expect from staff also. Staff also expect from leader one, right? It's the two-way. It's actually two-way.
Okay, I will start.
Can one by one, and finish.
Berebut.
Ada masa lagi, tak apa.
Okay. Jimmy first.
Jimmy?
Boy,
Yes.
I always hear someone say, you want me to respect you, please respect yourself first. Is it true?
So what do you think? Is that correct or not?
Yeah, I think it's correct.
Okay. So you come across the leaders who don't respect themselves?
Yes. Because he never respect me.
How do you explain that they don't respect themselves? Like how? They don't have this, they don't have any of this quality.
Like you will respect me to do something, but seems like you not even respect, you try it yourself, something like that lah.
So that means they don't really earn your respect lah.
Can say like that.
Because they also don't respect themselves.
How do I describe? I don't have any
example lah. You don't have to name who, what he do or what she do. That you can give us example like that. You don't have to name that person.
At this moment, I just can't recall what kind of situation to use this word already.
I see.
Okay, maybe I remember. I'll let you know.
So can I say that means you put respectfulness as the top of your list?
Yep, correct.
Respectfulness is very important, no?
Very important, yes.
Yes, very important. Okay, thanks for sharing, Jimmy.
Okay.
Anyone else here?
Okay, for me, it's hard to find a leader with all these qualities.
Yes.
Even we all know tak semua orang perfect kan. So same like Jimmy, I will also put respectfulness the top quality. But this quality not only for leader, but I think for everyone.
Correct.
So leader and also his or her staff also need to have this kind of quality as the top priority.
Okay, betul. Lagi siapa ada lain punya top list? Yeah, feel free to share. What we share here is it will keep here only. Lagi ada?
Okay, I have another thing to add. Okay, like just now you say love is how we behave.
Yes.
Okay, for me macam this is not only for leadership. It applies to anything like relationship ke or anything lah. So how do you behave? Like, okay, for example, husband, wife, or siblings or family.
Yes.
So how you behave towards other pun also can include all these qualities.
Correct. I agree. This one is not only to leadership, okay, but because this book is about leadership, it's another way that we see leadership. How is it? So how is it different from just using the power? Okay, as we see now, okay, most of the leaders that I see, they are using power. Okay, so this is what they are lacking lah. Okay, like my own stuff, the leader that I see from my experience lah that I have, okay, I only meet one who really have this, I don't call all this lah, okay, but he doesn't use power. Okay? He used his authority. So he can really influence people to do things, okay, and people are willing to serve and sacrifice one for him. So he's a good example lah, that I know. Okay, so like one of it is, okay, he will give credit. Okay, he will give credit. So that's why respectfulness. If I remember when one time that I walked with him, because he also a lawyer, I walked behind him. Okay, he was talking to another counsel. So three of us walking. I'm walking at that back. Okay, at his back. So he feel uncomfortable. He said, "Oi, don't walk behind my back. Walk with me." Okay, so I walk with same line with him. Three of us walk. Okay, that shows that he's being respectfulness lah. Okay, and he give credit because like when we do submissions, it's not only his own name. So when we win the case, our name will also be inside there. He makes sure all those involved if 5-6 people, so he will name a long list of those others' name that who appear, okay, for that hearing. So when we reported the case reported, our name will be all there, will be reported there. So that's how he leads lah. I think he leads with integrity lah. So that's a good example that so far the person that I know. Okay. Anyone else wanted to share or doesn't agree or have any queries, okay, of these qualities lah? Or any of your superiors or leaders who lack any of these qualities? Is there any? Okay, if don't have, then we have gone through this. Okay, so I think we should encourage ourselves lah, that we have, okay, give ourselves some applause. We have finished this chapter. Okay, at least we gone through this book 2 chapters already. Okay, so one more chapter is about the next chapter will be on the environment. Okay, how environment affects. Okay, so all right, thanks for attending. Okay, thanks for your participation.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.